The pizzas are perfect.
Homemade dough, our sauce is really good, fresh mozzarella, and everyone seems to love it.
The steak tips are legendary.
It's crazy. We'll have a 12 top come in and all 12 people get the steak tips.
The desserts are a must order.
I owned a bakery for 10 years before this, which is also why the desserts are really good. Other than everything else, I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants.
And it's all served with a side of South Shore sass.
Seriously, side profile, my nose is big enough as it is to really need to. Wave, Rose. Sounds like a plan. I told him, make sure you edit. I dropped the F-bomb a lot. Have you met my mom?
Quincy Center is undergoing a serious makeover, and a hot new restaurant named 16C is leading the way.
It's fun. I mean, it's kind of like a happening joint.
Owner Kerri Lynch Delaney is Quincy to the core. She grew up in the city and owned the very popular BabyCakes bakery here for a decade. But now she's moved on to 16C, where gourmet pizzas and comfort food favorites are served in a sleek and busy space with tables on one side, a bar on the other, and an open kitchen in the back.
I like the idea of an open kitchen. That way you can kind of see everything that's going on, and you can see the great people that I have in the kitchen, and it's fun too when you're watching them all joke around. It's kind of nice. It's like a big family.
And that's not just an expression, because it really is a family affair at 16C. Kerri's cousin Maggie manages the dining room, and award-winning chef Barbara Lynch just happens to be her aunt.
She's my dad's youngest sister, and she's my godmother. She's helped me with the menu. She's given me all sorts of advice, and to have her helping me is huge.
First and foremost, 16C focuses on pizza. But these are no ordinary pizzas. In fact, they're not even called pizzas at all.
We call them sheets because they are a flatbread pizza. We don't have a brick oven, so we couldn't really call them flatbreads. We wanted to think of our own name, our own kind of style. So we call them sheets, and they're served on a sheet tray.
Each sheet is made from dough that rises for 72 hours before it's rolled out, topped with gourmet ingredients, and baked in a high-tech oven.
The dough is so tasty. It really is. You start with the dough, you already know that the customer is going to be so happy with the pizza. And then with all the fun toppings that you're putting on top, they're only going to get happier. The more toppings you add, the happier the customer. So
if you want a slice of something familiar, the pepperoni tastes as good as it looks. But for something a bit more adventurous, there's mushroom topped with crispy shallots. And then there's Maggie's personal favorite, the Bianco, with thin sliced potatoes, rosemary, and pools of melted cheese.
It's just a really light tasting pizza. It's kind of like a pizza you don't feel guilty after you eat.
But if you are looking to indulge, look no further than 16C's Cheeseburger Pizza.
It's like eating a Big Mac on top of pizza dough. It's American cheese, burger, romaine lettuce, tomatoes, diced red onion, diced pickles, and then we drizzle our burger sauce on top of it. So it really tastes just like a cheeseburger.
If you're in the mood for something a little more fancy, nothing beats this beautiful and addictive pea, prosciutto, and fontina pizza.
Prosciutto, very salty. The peas on the sweet side, and then the fontina cheese is nice and gooey.
It's such a great combo. Our kitchen has come up with some of the best ideas, and there's so much flavor packed into that pizza.
There's plenty more on the menu at 16C. Appetizers include homemade meatballs with marinara and lightly fried calamari drizzled with lemon aioli. For entrees, there's chicken under a brick served atop panzanella salad and a gourmet burger with 2 4-ounce patties and melted American cheese on a house-made potato roll. But no dish is more popular than the steak tips, not only because they're delicious, but also because they come with a side of history.
I had no idea they were going to take on a life of their own. People just go on and on about the steak tips.
The secret recipe for these terrific tips came from the legendary Quiet Man Pub in South Boston. Kerri's father, Paul Lynch, was one of the bar's owners, and when the place closed about a decade ago, regulars lost their favorite spot for steak until now.
So I figured when I was doing this, I would bring them back. We have people coming from everywhere to get those steak tips.
And quite fittingly, the man who used to own the Quiet Man is keeping quiet about what makes them so great.
What we soak it in and what we baste it with when we're cooking them. And I'm not telling you what that is.
Rounding out a meal at 16C are some incredible desserts. And since Kerri used to own a bakery, it would certainly be a mistake to miss out on treats like a rich chocolate brownie with salted caramel ice cream, German chocolate layer cake with coconut pecan goo, and warm bread pudding with caramel and house-made vanilla ice cream.
You get the hot, sweet bread pudding, and then the cool down with the vanilla bean ice cream, and then the caramel at the end. It's great.
And from the sweets to the sheets, the tastiest new place to eat is 16C.